Hello, greetings. Welcome back. Welcome back to this series of learning stories. We have started with Abacus, and we already started a module named Abacus for Beginners. So in the very first video, we tried to get you familiar with graphical user interface of Abacus. Following videos were about solving a beam bending problem by two different ways. So the idea was to get you started with solving the problem. And if you try to replicate that uh, and you get the results, that will kind of give you confidence to go ahead. And today's video is about tools that learning tools that we actually use in creating different types of geometries. It's about playing with those tools. We're not going to solve any kind of a problem, but we'll try to create some simple geometries that you might be finding difficult to model right now. So here in this video, we are going to look at this. We are going to create an I section or an I beam. In the previous video, we tried to um, analyze a beam that was a three-dimensional beam, rectangular with rectangular cross section. But here, the geometry is different. The section is different. It's an I beam. The dimensions are given. We are going to have a flange of width 100 mm or 100 units, flange depth or flange depth will be 20 mm, 200 mm is the web depth or web height, 20 mm will be the web thickness. And we're going to create a 3D model of this. In the second geometry, we are going to create a plate with holes as shown. The plate size is 1000 mm by 500 mm. We have a hole dimension of 100 mm diameter. The spacing of the holes in longitudinal direction is 400 mm, and in the lateral direction, its holes are 300 mm apart with 100 mm edge or the center to edge distance. So let's get started. Here is your graphical user interface. As now you're familiar about it, we are going to go to the part. So we are going to create an I section. We'll name it as I section. Solid extrusion. Let's say 5000 is the grid size that we are going to draw our things on. Okay, now our grid is created. So what we'll do is we'll create an I section, then we will extrude that section in the third direction. Let's assume here, let's assume length of this beam L is equal. It's let's say 1000 mm. So our third direction, that is the depth of the beam, will be 1000 mm. So let's get started. I'll try to do it in two ways, two ways. There are multiple ways of doing it. Let's say I'll create a rectangle. That is the web. I'll create a flange. Here is a flange. I don't know the dimensions, so I will go to add dimensions. I'll click on this. I'll go up. Here it asks what is the dimension. It is 725, but our dimension is 100 mm. 100 mm. What is the depth? 20 mm. 20. Now it has created my web, rather flange. So what I'll do is next is I'll try to create a line center line of the web here, we need dimension. Now I will dimension it. What is the this? What is the length or the height? 200 mm. So I'll say 200. 200 has been created. Right. And I will create or copy. Let's copy this. How do we do this? Linear pattern. For copying any any line, any geometry, we need to go to linear pattern. It says select the entities to pattern. What do you want to pattern? I want to pattern this part, except this part, this part. I want to create another flange at here at a distance of 200. I'll say done. See, it has created multiple. Here, it has created three in this direction, three in y direction. So I don't need, okay, I don't need in x direction. I'll say I need in this direction, but in downwards. So I need to flip the direction, flip. So see, this has been translated to here. But that means if there's a spacing of 500 mm, I need 200. Now see, 200 and 20. 20 is the depth, so it will 220. Okay, I can delete. I can delete these dimensions. It's creating confusion. Correct? These are the dimension lines. That's now I'm done with flanges. I need a vertex. So I'll create an offset of this is the center line. I don't need this. So what I need is I'll create an offset of 10. See, it has created an offset of 10 in this direction. Done. I need to create another offset of 10 in other direction. Flip. Now I'll say okay. So see my uh, I section is done. I section has been created. If I say done, if I say I'm done with the sketch, it will show the sketch should be closed. Since it's not closed here, so what I need to do is I need to go to trim option, auto trim. I'll go to trim. I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this line. I don't need this. Now I'm done. If I say escape, if I say done, I'm done with the section. Section is okay. My depth is 1000 mm. That is 1 meter. Is the depth or the length in the third direction? I'll say okay. My I section is created. I can rotate this. Go to the toolbox. Rotate view. I can rotate this I section has been created. See, we'll redo it by a different way. I can edit this. I go to the part, I section, features, self-explain. I will edit this section. I want to delete it. I'll go to the delete option here. I'll select it. I'll delete it. I want to create a new section. So I'll go to here. See, how will I do it? I will use mirror option here. So I will create only half and then mirror in the other direction. If you if you have a long press in this option, you will get all these options. And the last one is mirror. So we will take advantage of mirror. Since this is symmetric about both axes, X and Y. So uh, we'll take help of mirror. How will we do it? I'll create half. the right half. So let me go to the, let me do it here. I'm drawing a line. I'm dimensioning it. It's 50. Since total, if you see, total width is 100, I'll create a 50 unit length, right? And go from here, I'll go down. I will dimension it again. It's 20, correct? To 50 instead of 50, yeah, yeah, this from the center it's 50. It's okay. Fine. It's fine. Now I will go from here to here. This part I'll create. This will be 50 minus 10, because this is, I will draw it from here to this center. So this will be 50 minus 10. It's 40. 40 mm. Then I'll go down. I'll click OK, escape. I'll go to dimensions. I'll dimension it to 100. This is the depth. Correct. See, I can do mirror here also. I'll delete these dimension lines. I can mirror this part as well and mirror it here. So what I'll do is, but before that, I need to create a mirror line in the center of this. This is the mirror line. I will delete it later. I've created a line here. Now I go to this option, long press, go to mirror, select the type of mirror. Do you want to copy or move? I want to copy. That means original will stay at its own place. What do you want to mirror? This control. I don't want to select this. I want to mirror. I'm done. Sorry. I go mirror. I want to use copy. What is the mirror line? Pick the mirror line. Mirror line is this. What are the entities you want to mirror? These. Accept this. Done. Wow, nice. So then created it has, mirror. It has created this mirror of this part to here. Now I'll delete this one. I don't need this mirror line now. Now I want to mirror this with respect to the y-axis. But I need a mirror line. So I create a line here. I need to mirror this with respect to this axis, y-axis. So what I'll do, I'll go to the mirror. I want to copy this. My mirror line is this. Entities are these. You got me? These are my entities. Done. Wonderful. See, but I need to delete this line, mirror line, because my section should be closed. Delete, delete. I'm done. 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 This is the older one. So since I have modified it, I need to go to the regenerate option. Now this is the new one. Same dimensions, but different, uh, differently created. This is my I section that I wanted to create. IB. I hope you got it. So now let's create another part. 1000 mm, 500 mm plate with holes. Let's create a plate first. We'll go to part. We'll name it as plate. Understood? We'll create a rectangle. Go to the rectangle, click anywhere, then leave that click. Now click again. We'll create a geometry like this. Now go to dimensions. Click on this line. This is 1000 units. And go to this line. It is 500 units. Escape. Let's assume a thickness of 150 or 100 mm. Depth, that means here the thickness is 100 mm. I'm done. I'm done with the plate. So how do we create holes? Holes like these. The hole dimension, remember, is 100 mm is the dia of the hole. And they are spaced at 400 mm in this direction, longitudinal direction, and at 300 mm along lateral direction. So let's use these tools. Create solid extrude. This will create an additional part. Additional, like if you want to, add something to this geometry, you will use extrude option. If you want to cut or subtract something out of it, we need to go to the cut extrude option. So we want to subtract something out of it. We want to create holes. So we need to go to the cut extrude, which now it says which plane you want to cut. This plane. Okay. Now select an edge or axis that will appear vertical and on the right. Let me assume this edge, while modifying this geometry, which of the edges will be on the right. I say this will be on the right and the vertical. See, now this is on the right and vertical as well. Now in this geometry, I want to create circles and then cut those circles. See, I'll create a circle. At the center, we'll create set at the center. This is this is the center. I'll create a circle here of any dimension. Now go to the dimension. What is the radius? So if the diameter is 100, radius will be 50. But I don't want this circle to be here, right? So the center of this circle lies at 100 mm from the edge. So what I'll do is I'll create an offset of this line at 100 mm. Done at 100 mm. See, it has created offset, but in this direction. I want to flip this. I want to create an offset of this line at here. Done. Now I will move this to here. What you will do is you will use translate option, not the pattern option. Pattern is for copying. But if you want to move something, you need to go to the translate. Here is translate. What do you want to translate? Do you want to copy or move it? I want to move it. What do you want to move? I want to move this circle. Done. Where do you want to? Okay, what's your start position? My start position is the center of this circle. Where do you want to put it? I want to put it here, at the center of this line. See, now I can delete this offset line. This is correctly placed. This is correctly placed at 100 mm. Now I can mirror this to the other side, but I want to create a mirror line. So let me create a new line at the center of this. This becomes my mirror line. We will delete it later. We'll go to mirror. I want to copy, sorry, mirror. I want to go to the mirror. Mirror option is copy type. Mirror line is this line. What do you want to mirror? What is the entity? This is the entity. This is what I want to mirror. Done. See, just created on the other side. Done. Now, why would I create another circle and another circle? We will mirror the same this to this side or to the right side. We can mirror it, we can copy it. at a distance of 400. So let's copy it. Instead of mirroring, let's copy it. We will copy it at a distance of 400. So let's delete the mirror line. Now, for copying it, will you go to the translate, rather linear pattern, select the entities to pattern. I want to pattern these. I want to copy these. Done. See, by default, it has created some two copies of this in one direction and three copies in the other direction. I don't want. Let me put one on hold. I want to operate in one direction only. This. See, it has created a copy of this, but in different. I want copy at 400 mm. 400. See, it has created a copy at 400 mm in this direction. I'm okay with it. But I want the same in other direction also. So what I'll do is I create a pattern and go to the pattern, linear pattern. Again, copy. Select this same. Done. Again at 400, but in other direction. I flip the direction here. I'm done. I'm done with the type of geometry that I wanted, like this. But I'm not done with the 3D model yet. I'm not seeing any kind of holes now in a 3D geometry. Done. Okay. Now here a dialog box popped up when I clicked on them. It says, do you want to create cut these since we have used an option of cut extrude? It says, do you want to cut in this direction? Through? Yes. Yes. In this direction. Let's cut. Cut. Now it is. See. We created a plate with holes that was drawn here. Exactly the same. So I hope this would help you using some drawing tools like pattern, like mirror, like copying. So there are translate options for moving one element to another. There are linear pattern for copying. There's a mirror option, other delete options. Here you can rotate it like this and you can see you can move. There's a move option. You can move it here and there. Here. So for now, we are done with these two geometries. I hope you'll try to replicate these. Again, a couple of videos will be again on you know getting used to these tools. I hope you liked to today's video and uh, you will be there in coming videos also. Thank you so much.